Hey guys, this is your Just One Guy, and this is my tutorial series, Unity for Noobs. Now in this episode, we're going to do part 2 to my inventory script. In the last one, we just made the inventory, but in this one, we're going to make sure it works online. Now, I've already done it, so I'm going to show you how it works. Just going to start the game here. I've already built the game because I've done this a couple of times, so just to make things quicker. All this is the same. Going to load the training scene 1. Join the game. Now I'm just getting this error here because I loaded into the same scene that I started from, and it's basically just I was too lazy to make another scene, but I just got rid of that. Okay, now right off the bat you can see now the inventory is online, so it pops up immediately. Now let's go to our character. And you can see, let me get the gun in view. If I equip the gun, he equips it. And these aren't just color swamps, these are actual different game objects. So you can put anything you want in these spots and it'll instantiate it just like before. And then it has the different damages and everything, and the different stats for each gun. And you can fire and kill each other. But basically now it just works online. And can still kill each other like that, and the other character can do the same thing. If let me get a different color gun. Just demonstrate. You can see he's got the yellow gun. He's doing damage and it kills him, and that's basically it. Now, let's go over the scripts. First, we have the character inventory, which is basically the same as before, but now we have this RPC function right here called Create Weapons Online. Now, in the last inventory script, I was going over the importance of using an int to find the ID, an int to find the weapon instead of the transform directly. Now, it would have been much easier just to find the transform directly, but since I already did this before and I knew I wanted it to be online, I used the int, and this is why. Because we can't send a transform over the network, we can only send an int or a float, I believe. I don't even think you can send a boolean over there, but I think it's an int and a float and maybe like a vector 3 or something. But basically we're just using an ID, we send it online over the network, and then in the other games it goes through the all the weapons online, all the weapons, and then it finds the one that matches that ID, and then it instantiates it the same way it works on your game. It basically just calls that function on a different network, and we just send over the ID so it knows which weapon we want to create. And right here it just detects if we're online or offline, and if we're online it basically just calls the function, and we send as the parameter we send the item transform ID, and that's how it finds the weapon and instantiates it over a network. And then we have the shooting script. Now it's important to note I changed up the shooting, the way the shooting system works, and the reason was the way I was doing it before, you got a lot of errors. Now the way I was doing it before, I just put a network view on a game object, and I did this on a bullet itself. So when a bullet shot, it shot in your game, and you didn't need to shoot it over the network because it was being tracked by the network view, and the network view was controlling where it went. Now this led to some errors because the network view was being instantiated and it didn't quite read it right. So I've changed that system up completely. The reason I did it like that way before is because online you want to avoid calling as many functions as possible, and you want to send as little data over the network as possible. But the way I was doing it caused errors, so I've changed it up. Now you instantiate a bullet in your game, and every other person your character instantiates the bullet in their game, and it basically tracks and follows it like that. And it's a much better system. It's a little more accurate, and the tracking beam is it doesn't mess up as much, and it doesn't give you the errors. But that's why I changed it up. Now basically what I did was, now your character aims, and all the other characters in the other game aim too. Before, the character on your side only aimed, and then the bullet shot, and then it just tracked it with the network view. But now your character in every single instance of the game aims the bullet himself and shoots. And that's why this is up here above the code to check if the network is yours. Almost everything else is the same, but now it calls this function gunshot online. And what this basically does, it just sends the damage, because before, when I first started off, I had the damage controlled by the bullet itself. Now the damage is determined by the gun, so you could have different guns do different damages. Like you will want an assault rifle to be more powerful than a handgun, etc., etc. But this just basically sends the damage, how much damage we want the bullet to do over the network, and then it sends the target position divided into X, Y, and Z, and it sends that over the RPC over the network as an RPC, and this is the function that basically calls it. And when the bullet receives it, it just goes about on that information. And that's basically it. Hold on, I think I changed something in the health bar too. I've just changed this health bar up. This right here, hold on, not this right here. This right here to work a little better. And it was giving me some errors too, so I changed a little bit up in here. And that's basically it. Start recording. Now the only thing that's important with the setup is, since I've set up the bullet differently, the bullet prefab, it no longer needs the network view, so you can just delete the network view off the bullet prefab, and that's it. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and if you want to suggest a tutorial, please suggest a tutorial in the comments down below. Thank you for watching.